I'm going to tell you a bit about the YWCA, and I'm going to talk a little bit about poverty. The YWCA is the largest community-based frontline service organization in the Northwest Territories. We have a $5 million budget and 140 full-time, part-time, and casual staff. We deliver programs in 4 areas. The largest area is community support services, where we house people who have developmental disabilities in family-like settings in homes that we own. And we also house people with mental health issues, again in family-like settings in homes. And we also provide an outreach program where we go and visit people in their homes and dispense medication, take them grocery shopping, and do social activities with them and so on. We have a child and youth services department which provides licensed after-school spaces for children from the time they finish school until 5:45, with additional service on professional development days and March break. That's a fee-for-service program. We deliver programs to children who have witnessed violence and who are trying to process what they've seen, and to talk about their feelings, the need for safety planning, and some of the other issues that arise for them. That's a program called Project Child Recovery. We had about 176 children in that school-based program last year in Betchco, Dilo, and in Yellowknife. We have a free after-school empowerment program for girls called Girl Space. It's ways of girls understanding empowerment and leadership, looking at things like bullying, media representation, violence, and so on, and trying to empower those girls. It's our only, I always like to say, it's our only preventative program, a way to hopefully empower these girls so that they don't become our clients in one of our other programs. We had 42 girls in Girl Space last year. We run the only family violence shelter in Yellowknife, Alice McAteer House. It's a 12-bed house. Last year we had 300 people there, 130 women and 170 children. We turn away more people than we take, even with an overflow room. We have a huge client base from the Eastern Arctic, as Arlene does, which really says a lot about the services in the Eastern Arctic. The family violence shelter in Cambridge Bay is open 5 nights a month. So people come here for services. We have a transitional housing program for families. It's the only one in the north. It's located at a place called Rock Hill. And we served 99 adults and 127 children there last year. And we have about 30 suites that are available, 5 as emergency housing free of charge, funded by government. And the other 25 suites we fund ourselves through rent that we charge and through fundraising. What we have seen is that more people are more poor than ever before, and they need a lot of help to eke out their very meager income, whether that's earned income or whether that's income support or whatever it is. We find that in a transitional housing program, once ECE pays their affordable rent, or they pay their affordable rent, about 75% of their budget goes to shelter. 75%. So they have in the range, let's say a one-person family, about $350 left for everything else that they need in their lives. Food, clothing, toiletries, car, phone, anything like that. So it's a completely unsustainable situation. And one of the things that we do in that situation is to try to help them eke out their income by, for example, taking deliveries of food from an organization called Food Rescue, which is a post-consumer food recycling organization here in Yellowknife. Handled 50,000 kilos of food last year that would otherwise have gone to the landfill. We have a clothing exchange where the clothing is free, and there's also housewares. We collect furniture from the community, furnish the suites. People take the stuff with them when they go. We have a toiletries drive in the spring to provide families with kits of basic toiletries like soap and toothbrush. As I mentioned about the coats, yesterday we had our second day of services this year, which is an idea I took from the Yukon Anti-Poverty Alliance. Bill Thomas was here at this workshop that Aggie talked about, and I thought that we needed to find a way to walk with people in need while we're blabbing about an anti-poverty strategy, which at the end of the day, I'm sure they'll be very grateful for, but it's a long way down the road, a long way from them seeing the tangible benefits of that. It's almost impossible to move on from transitional housing at this point into other forms of housing. CMHC average rent in Yellowknife, April of this year for a one-bedroom is $1,465. So once again, that would leave people with approximately $45 of discretionary income after their rent is paid. Yellowknife Public Housing has almost no vacancies in it as well. So we are stuck for housing, and I know that there is research going on that is looking into that question, but you just can't overestimate how stuck we are. We could fill Rock Hill another time over with families who need transitional housing. We are involved in a little bit of research. It's not a big focus of ours. We're a service-oriented organization. But we're working with Pertisa Moffat and the Aurora Research Institute on homelessness and mental health issues. And we are also in year 2 of a plan to develop safety for women who live in small communities without RCMP, which is a third of the communities in the NWT don't have RCMP. So these women live in circumstances where there is no immediate help if they are experiencing violence. So I guess my summary statement about the Y is that we've been here for 46 years. We're a very organic organization. We take things on and shed things according to the needs. We're unlike any other of the 34 YWCAs in Canada because we have this huge disabled mental health housing component. But we do what the community needs. But I guess the limitation to that is that government doesn't show that they value that by funding the needs that people have that we see every day. And we have been actively fundraising for the last couple of years to increase our independence from government funding, but it's an uphill battle. Yellowknife is not the booming place that it was, say, in 2003, where the growth rate was 10%. The big construction projects are over, and the needs are very great and getting greater. And so I'm very pleased to work with Aggie and with Arlene and Brian and other colleagues in the Anti-Poverty Coalition to try and to address those big disparities between people's income and to try and find a way to level the playing field and include people so that we're not only focused on economic development, but we do people development in a holistic way so that everybody can participate to the greatest extent that they can. Thanks.